anyway, let's go over to this one. The legendary exploits of Bum Farto. We've seen a bunch of this guy's videos before. They're all great. Yeah.
If you visited the island of Key West, Florida in the late 70s, you may have seen locals wearing shirts with the text, "Where is Bum Farto?" Given
What a great
that
name.
this sounds like the setup to a pull my finger style trick, I doubt many tourists asked what this meant, which is a shame, because Bum Farto was a real person, with a life story that was as interesting as his name was unfortunate. Born Joseph Farto to Spanish immigrants in Key West,
That's
Florida.
not any better!
In 1919, Farto spent much of his childhood hanging around the fire station across the street from his home. The kind-hearted firefighters took a liking to young Farto, who would fetch them coffee and shine their shoes. But his presence was not without the annoyance typical of children, as he would often ask for things in exchange for these favours, earning him the nickname of the Little Bum. The firefighters surely had no idea of the butterfly effect their actions would have on history. Not only was Farto known as Bum for the rest of his life, but he would grow up to become the fire chief in 1964.
Okay, sure, you know, he lived out his dreams. Absolute respect there.
Fire Chief Farto then became somewhat of a local legend, thanks to his eccentric style and behaviour. He was often dressed in eye-catching suits, with rose-tinted sunglasses and gaudy gold jewellery, which included a...
What, I assume that's a white suit, or like a grey suit. It's kind of hard to tell, because, you know, monochrome, or grayscale, whatever. White suit, rose-coloured glasses, gold jewelry. What a fucking legend.
Gold fire axe pin attached to his shirt. He drove a flashy Ford Galaxy 500 with a lime green paint.
Ford Galaxy 500. What is that? What do you think, Veronica? Do you know Veronica Explains? Ooh, that's a nice car, actually. Ooh, I like that. I think she makes great videos, but over on Mastodon, she just likes to start drama with people. Like, if you want to have some fun, go follow her Mastodon account. Watch her start fights with the, what is the tool that people use for installing ISOs? Like the one where you can, like, just throw ISOs on a stick and they just work. No, Ventoy. If you've heard anyone say that Ventoy is malware, that was started by her. She saw there was, like, some blobs that were, like, in Ventoy, and she assumed that Ventoy was malware. There was no reason. Apparently, people from Ventoy, like, I don't know, she doesn't like Ventoy people for some reason. I don't really get it. The reason why the blobs were there is because of, Secure Boot. Her video production is based, though. No, her videos are great. She was also involved, the other day, she was, when GIMP 3 came out, she was one of the people trying to call for GIMP to have their name changed. She was trying to get GNOME to pull their hosting of GIMP unless they changed their name. So, you know, I like her videos, but yeah, like, just don't follow her Mastodon account. That's my recommendation.
Job adorned with the words El Jefe, Spanish for the chief or the boss.
Hey, brother.
And he was frequently seen smoking large cigars. His ostentatious behavior was noted at local baseball games, where he was seen performing strange rituals from his car for good luck. It's thought Farto was an adherent of the Santeria religion, but through misunderstanding and rumor, it was commonly believed he was practicing witchcraft. He was involved in some other incidents that raised a few eyebrows as well. Like in 1971, when he was charged with failing to yield to an emergency vehicle after crashing into a motorcycle local patrolman.
This dude... This dude!
That same month, he was responding to a fire call when he fell into an irrigation canal. Bum Farto could not swim. He had to be
Oh my god, this dude.
rescued by fellow emergency responders. These are some pretty damning
Do you also know Andrea Borman? I actually wanted to bring her on the podcast at one point. But I don't know how the fuck to get in contact with her. She doesn't have like an email on her account. There's no email on her website. But yes, I am aware of the Linux granny. I would love to talk to her. That would be so much fun.
incidents to be attributed to the fire chief, but it gets worse. A city commission investigated Fire Chief Farto for numerous allegations of misappropriation of city funds, including forging signatures to cash checks. The commission recommended Farto be removed from his role as fire chief, but a civil service board overturned this action, saving Farto's job. This was regarded as somewhat suspect, as one of the members of this board was Farto's nephew. This incident served to shed light on some unanswered questions about Bum Farto. Like, how was a fire chief able to afford what appeared to be a fairly lavish lifestyle?
Okay. Just a bit of embezzlement, she'll be right.
His job really pay him that well?
No.
Or was it him paying himself that well? Conclusive proof that Bum Farto was not on the level was revealed in 1976 in amusing fashion. You see, it turned out Bum Farto had been dealing drugs. Sometimes just...
Okay, sure.
outside the fire station as part
I'm sorry, what?
had been dealing drugs, sometimes just outside the fire station as part
This dude is a fucking unit. Holy shit. What do you mean dealing I know people that deal drugs like around the corner from the local police station. People are stupid.
Part of a sting operation that targeted numerous politically connected individuals in Key West, Farto was arrested after selling drugs to an undercover agent and being photographed in the act. I say selling, but supposedly the agent was offering him a gold ring rather than money. It took just 30 minutes for a jury to convict Farto. He was found guilty of 1 count of selling marijuana and 2 counts of selling cocaine.
That's fine. That's not that big of a deal.
He was looking at anywhere between 15 to 31 years in prison.
I feel like they just didn't want him on the streets. Because that's a wild charge for 3 counts of selling drugs. Want to take that back? Want to take what back? I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at there.
But he would never see the inside of a cell. While awaiting sentencing, Farto posted $25,000 bail and told his wife he had some business to attend to in Miami. But
well, yeah, no, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Before setting off in a rental car, the police having confiscated his lime green Galaxy. They had been married for 21 years, but this would be the last time she would ever see him. Bum Farto's rental car was found abandoned in Miami, and that's pretty much the end of the story. No one knows what happened to him after that. He just disappeared. Some speculate he fled to South America, or maybe his criminal exploits caught up with him and he was murdered. He was declared legally dead in 1986, so his wife could collect his pension and life insurance, and according to her, she has no idea what happened to him. Bum Farto was gone. Gone like the wind, one might say. His arrest and disappearance cemented the local eccentric into
Plenty of people doing live in the US. See, 3 strikes is supposed to be 3 separate incidences. Like 3 separate, like, yeah, it's not supposed to be the same thing, or the same case 3 times.
Legendary status in Key West, where t-shirts referencing Bum Farto became very popular. Where is Bum Farto? Bums away. Jimmy Buffett even mentions him in his song Landfall. William Shakespeare once wrote, "A rose by any other name would smell as sweet." But clearly a name like Bum Farto was always going to be destined for greatness. There was no chance Bum Farto could have just spent his life working in an office before dying in obscurity. The world had to know Bum Farto lived. And what a life it was. So, if you're out there with a name like Bum Farto, you know, like Ass Blaster or something, and you're just being worked to death in an Amazon warehouse, this is your sign to seize the unique opportunity your name affords you and live the sort of life that people like me will chronicle for years to come. If you're a no-name loser and just enjoy the chronicles of greater men, then fear not, I've done a lot of chronicling. Although not all the people in these videos could be described as great, some are pretty terrible. If you'd like to keep up to date with my videos as I release them, hit the subscribe button, and you can join the channel membership to support me monetarily. Until next time, stay safe. If you visited the island of Key West, Florida in the late 70s, you may have seen locals wearing shirts with the text, "Where is Bum Farto?"
Yeah, I feel like this is a I laugh every fucking time I try to say this situation.
Born Joseph Farto to
I have the humor of a 7-year-old.
Spanish immigrants in Key West, Florida in 1919, Farto spent much of his childhood hanging around the fire station across the street. Born Joseph Farto to Spanish immigrants in Key West, Florida in 1919, Farto spent much of his childhood hanging... Born Joseph Farto to Spanish immigrants in Key West, Florida...
Bum Farto lives.
Bum Farto lives! Must have been fun to research. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I love... Anytime that I get to do a video like this and I get to fuck around, I always love it.
This is going to be impossible. Bum Farto could not swim. Bum Farto could not swim. You see, it turned out Bum Farto had been dealing drugs. You see, it turned out Bum Farto had been dealing drugs. Sometimes just...
I will have to watch this one another time as well. The unlawful activities of Batman bin Superman. Oh, here you go. Here's the video. Hey, look who it is! It's that dude! I know that guy! Thank you for recommending my own videos to me, YouTube. Very much appreciate it. Oh, someone actually put the Batman bin Superman video in my React suggestions. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Weirdly, the stream's been fine for the past 2 hours, so... fucked if I know. Fucked if I know, man. I guess tomorrow I'm gonna try it without restream and just see what happens, or... What am I restreaming to? Maybe I drop... You know what? I'll try dropping... D Live. I've had it here the entire time. No one watches on D Live anyway. It kind of just was like on the list there. So I might just remove that one and see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. I think Kylo is live, so I'll send you guys over there.